The loom is empty. It's time for a new color on the loom. So we're going with this bright blue. We're checking out this new finger counter dude here that I can just count my warp threads as I measure them. The first time around here, you gotta kind of respace these things. They get all messed up when I'm moving it around and stuff. So you can see that the bottoms are all squished down, way down here. Okay, there we go. And back up. And that is gonna be 1 count. Okay, so the cool thing here is I'm gonna do a border stripe. So I only need 11 of this blue because this outside blue is gonna be a stripe border like these. And then the inside will be silver. Oh, 2, yep. And then we will combine them. So they'll be silver and blue with a dark blue border. So I only need 11 of these. 3. Oh, I like this counter. I thought it might be kind of fiddly and kind of hard to get used to start with, but hey, I think it's doing pretty good. So there we go. We got 11 of the blues, and now we can switch to gray. So I've got 11 of the silver now, and I realize that I have made an error, and I don't need 11 blue and 30 silver. I actually need 11 silver and 30 blue. So we're gonna cut the silver now. We're gonna switch back to the blue, and we're gonna give ourselves 19 more blue instead of more silver. We have 19 on our counter. We have 30 blue and 11 silver. And now we're gonna switch over and we're gonna tie it on to our last warp. So right now you can see that every other thread goes up and down, so I have a cross in here. So I'm gonna put my fingers in this cross because I need to maintain this cross the whole time. I need to keep all of the threads in order. I'm then gonna stretch this last one out a little bit, hook it in my thumb here, and I'm gonna just slide this right through here, work my scissors to the outside, and cut. So now I have them all in my hand and still in order. Here's the last warp. It's the same pattern. It's the same everything. But I did neglect to hit record, so I lost the first little bit. I have tied on 3 already. I have laid them out so they're in order, and so these are in order, and I can pick up in order off my hand and go in order on the loom, so that when I pull it all through the reed, it all stays in the same order. So nothing tangles that way. I could pull them one at a time, check one at a time and grab them from the reed, which I'll show you here in a moment, but I find that it's faster to lay them all out ahead of time. Boom. And boom. Now I need 11 on this border and 11 on the other border. Now you think to yourself, I only counted out 11, but you go down and up. So each one that I counted when I was measuring out is actually 2. And let's see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be 8, 9, 10, and so I will count once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, perfect. Now we are ready to go to blue. So I'm going to do some fancy magic here that I don't always have to do. I'm going to flip this in my hand here, put my fingers right back in the cross. And then if you'll recall, I have this cross down here. I'm just going to pick it up and put it on my fingers. Now They're all back in my hand, all blue and then to gray. And if they were all flat like this, I could pick up this one and tie it. And then figure out the next one, pull these aside, figure out where the next one's coming from and tie it. You can see that that slows me down, the having to find the next one, where if I lay them all out in a line like this, if I pull them all up and I lay them all out in a line like this, then I just have to pick up the next one, and it's no figuring, no hassle. All the figuring and hassle is right here at this point. And then when I'm in the middle of tying, kind of in the tying zone, then it goes much quicker for me. That is to say, all of my methods are not methods that others use. These are methods that I have worked out for myself over the years. So some people may find that useful, some people may not. I wanted to explain a little bit more how I lay them out. So you can see that every thread goes through the reed here, right? Every warp thread goes through a reed slot. Some have 2 warp threads through the reed slot. So when I'm laying them out, and I thought you'd be able to see it better now that it's just on the bare wood of the race here. So there's the one. Now this next one has 2 coming out of it, right? So I put the lower one over first because that way I can tie them in that order. If I had put the upper one over first, then that would mean when they were like this, that I was tying the lower one. And when I do that, I do this and I mess up my whole pile. So that is my rhyme or reason to put the over one in line first. Or in line second, as it were, because I go backwards. So there's the ones that don't have extras. Now this one has 2. I take the lower one, he goes across first. Then that one kind of. But you can see now that they're on the bare wood how they stay in order there. Now I'm going to tie these last 11. Fun fact, we have no historical evidence that leg wraps had borders on them. That is just something we call SCA cool. SCA is the medieval group that I'm in. The border on the outside makes it look kind of cool against different colors. It makes it have a really nice X pattern like this. Boop. So it just looks cool. No historical accuracy to this border at all. So I'm going to bring my reed forward like so. And I'm going to work all the knots through. So I'm going to just pull them from the back and they're just going to pull right through. Just like that. This one just has a bigger knot. And that happens. It's a very tiny slot that it's going through. So now they are all free. All the knots are behind. Because I warp straight off of my mill, I don't take the warp off of the mill here before I wind it on. My mill needs to be like approximately right in front of my loom. And I'm also going to have issues with those 2 blues that are loose. Work this through here. They're just hanging down here loose right now, and they are going to cause me problems this entire time. So I need to keep that in mind. I am going to need to comb it more than I would like to because of the swapping of threads around when I needed to take some blues out and put some grays in, so they're kind of all mishmashed and crossed. But I do have a wooden comb for that, and we're going to attempt it. We're going to leave this guy right here. I'm going to start winding on at the back. And I'm going to get to where the knots are up to my heddles here. So the knots are ready to go through the heddles. I'm going to go to the back and I'm going to pull them through. So they come through the heddles a lot easier than they go through the reed. The heddles are Texsolve, so they're soft, pliable. They flex around the knots a lot better. Okay, so all of our knots are through our Texsolve heddles, and you can see that we are already knotting up here. So first I'm going to take out the 2 blues, and I'm going to go down below the tangles. I'm going to take them out down here. Hopefully that will help in the future. I'm going to push my reed forward and see my tangle is right here. I am going to start combing this out and make sure that that tangle does not keep going. It is a little bit matted, so this will help that I'm getting this mat out right now. And for the most part, usually I just keep tension on this and it keeps going straight through. So a lot of people ask how they can hold tension while they're beaming on. They have trapezes and contraptions and other people holding it. Because this is such a small warp, am able to just hold it with my hand here to keep tension. And sometimes, not today, sometimes that's enough. But because of all of these tangles we have today and the crossing and the crisscrossing, that's not going to work for us today. So we are going to have to baby it a little bit more than I would like. And I am going to have to comb it out and untangle it as we go. But that's okay. That is what the comb is for. This is why it is so important to keep your warp threads in order. And I got out of order when I had that counting error. I'm gonna have to figure that out with my counter. Here we are at the back beam of the loom, and it is time to put my cardboard in. A lot of people use wooden slats for this. Some people use mini blinds. I like my corrugated cardboard roll. This one is, I think, 8 inches wide, maybe 10. I'm not sure. But I drop it back behind the loom. And then it just slides right in here so that it keeps my warp threads separated. And I continue to wind on. And you can see that now it won't touch the ones underneath of it. Straighten it out as I go. That's how the cardboard works. Back to the front. There we go. Got that one out. Coming back. Comb it out nice. Hold some tension. Wind it on. Get up to the top here again. Hold. Because of the tangle, I have taken it off the warping mill and just untangled those threads all the way out to the end. So now I should just be able to keep tension on it and just keep right on going. If I do hit a tangle, it's going to stop. You can see how on this right-hand side here, it looks a little iffy. I can take a moment. It's this thread right here that's messing everything up. Because I am loose, I'm going to take this thread out. I'm coiling it around my hand as I go, and then I'm just going to drop it off to the side, and it should now also stop tangling. Comb this out just a little, see if there's anything else. Nope, looks good, but I went like a good 3 yards there. So here we go, on again. Here. There we go. Okay, last part here, where it's going to be tying on to the front apron. This white bit, that's the apron. It's not always cloth. Sometimes it's just string of some sort. I'm going to divide this in 4. I'm going to tie this. I'm just going to tie this once. Go divide this one over here. These are not, I don't count these. This is measured with love. It's like cooking, right? I'm not using these ends for fringe or anything, so it doesn't matter if they are shorter, longer, whatever. Tie that down. Under. Guys out the way, and this will be a square knot on this side. I'm going to pull the tension pretty tight on my end ones and then get the center ones to match. And last one here, the outside one. Pretty tight. Check that my outside ones are about the same. They are. Make my center ones match that. They're pretty loose right now, so pull up and back and square knot. That's why they only have one tie on the middle ones. Pull up and back and square knot. There we go. Everything's tight. We are tied on, ready to go. Get my tension good. Awesome. We'll be back to weave later.